Are you okay?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm good. That was fun.
That was kind of a bad idea.
I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. It was totally my fault. You didn't want to do that.
I didn't know you. It was your fault.
I know.
You should have watched it several days ago.
I know. Yeah, you're correct.
All right.
Let's do this.
Let's do it. God. Jeez.
Welcome to the Power Chamber Podcast.
The only PCP that ends with a hug at the door.
Okay.
We're classy hoes.
Yeah, are we? So...
Sorry.
We got a lot of stuff. Well, not really.
We got a couple of things to cover for this episode.
For this episode.
This epic episode.
What do you want to start with?
We should probably start with episode 9 because we finally have a new season of Supercharge.
New episode.
Yeah, what did I say? Season?
Yeah, season.
Well, the season started back up for Dino Supercharge.
Power Rangers Dino Supercharge.
Yeah, season 2. Season the sequel.
Yeah. This episode was... God.
It was kind of...
no,
Okay, you start.
So, this is Besties Forever.
Yep.
Good God.
And just even from the title, you can be like, well...
I will say that from the title, I was expecting a lot worse. Like, before we went on hiatus, and I was just looking at the episode listings, and I was like, oh, that's probably going to be a piece of crap.
Yeah.
It's not.
It kind of is.
I
mean...
It doesn't do things well, but
it doesn't do anything
doesn't
important.
Really piss me off. Well, of course it doesn't do anything important.
That's the thing. It's a filler episode.
Yeah. We opened on a filler episode last season for when we came back from hiatus. Like, When Logic Fails had nothing to do with anything.
Yeah, and I didn't care for that one either, but it had, that stylistic, that really horrifying maze in the abandoned building. And
the
Puzzler was actually super powerful.
Well,
Half-Baked is not.
Yeah, but that's the point. I dug everything that was going on with the villains. Like, everything that they were doing was super awesome, I thought.
Sure.
I just love how
their interactions were good. Everything that surrounded it was kind of... It just didn't need to happen. Like...
Yeah. But I mean, it's a...
It would have been fine if Half-Baked had been, like, kind of powerful. If he'd gotten kind of close to destroying the Rangers. But he doesn't get anywhere near...
That's true.
It doesn't happen at all.
Though, admittedly, they don't really... I don't know what the Sentai counterpart episode is, so I'm not exactly sure if they had footage of him being ultra super powerful.
I don't know either. You think he's an American made?
No, there's definitely Sentai footage of him that showed it in the sewer, but
oh, that's right, yeah.
But I don't know if it's as much that they needed to be monster. But I appreciated his drive.
Sure. I'll show them.
Yeah.
I'll show all of them.
I appreciated all that stuff. And the stuff with Heckle was super nice.
Yeah, the stuff with Heckle was funny, but it wasn't...
The stuff, because I, honest to God, did not expect Wrench to find him, in the city.
Oh, yeah.
I did not expect that to go down.
Yeah, no, I thought it was going to be the Rangers. I thought it was just going to be a real quick, we're going to fight, and he's going to be kind of a match for them for some reason. But no, instead we get Reg coming out of nowhere and just wrecking shop. Yeah. Wrecking shop, dude.
Yeah, it was pretty awesome.
Wrench, for some reason, has gotten super powerful since the start of this season.
Yeah. I want to say it had something, because we've had this since, last season, since,
But,
Fury screwed up and lost the Energems.
Speaking of, where the hell is he?
Yeah.
Where was he this episode?
Well, we don't have Fury or Snide.
Or Singe.
Singe. Good point.
We didn't have Snide either, but
we didn't have Snide either. But Snide wasn't really... I appreciate that.
It's good. You guys can keep Snide.
Singe and Fury, because they kind of have a whole dynamic, and I think they don't need to be in this episode either.
No.
Unless they killed each other, and that's the reason.
Yeah, they just killed each other off screen. They're not going to be back for the rest of the season.
Remember how we left him when he's like, you're
suspicious, even though I caught you red-handed betraying somebody.
You're suspicious. No, I'm not.
No, I straight up. This is
that's how that ended.
Yeah,
but I like all the stuff with Heckle's not even focused on destroying the Rangers.
No.
He just wants a cookie.
Yeah, he just wants his cookies, man.
That's all he wants.
I just want my cinnamon flavored cookies. I got like another week before I got to actually start doing stuff.
Yeah. Let's get this done. So I appreciated all that stuff. I didn't even mind too much the stuff with the Rangers. Too much.
Okay.
I agree that, like, we started on a clip. Like, I straight up thought that, like, there was something wrong with
the beginning of the
well, with the episode that we got. The
sure.
And I was just like, what? That doesn't need. What?
Are we missing? Yeah, like a scene or something.
Like an intro scene talking about Aaron.
Nope.
You know.
Nope.
We got.
That's how that episode opens.
And I agree with your point about.
Like even Dominic was introduced better than that. Anyway, sorry, I don't want to go into that.
Oh yeah, that's true. He was just more of like a, and then that was it.
Yeah.
But yeah, Aaron just kind of there, and I don't know.
She's not a good person. I don't get like how they're friends. Like, yeah, we've been besties for since we were kids. How and also why?
Yeah, they don't really go into it.
I think it's because her dad owns ice cream shop, and that's why that's why she hangs out with Shelby. Because she's not a good person.
Yeah, I know, but Shelby. I don't know what Aaron actually brings to the table that Shelby really wants to keep
her friendship intact.
They don't really go into it at all.
She does. She straight up says, "Yeah, she always takes credit for stuff that she didn't do. Yeah, but she's my bestie, and like that's a thing. Like that's the reason they're still friends. Yeah. Okay, great.
I don't even
helpful.
Yeah, that's kind of where this episode really kind of falls apart because. Just look at the drive that Shelby has as a character. Yeah. Wanting to prove herself as an archaeologist, as a Power Ranger.
Yeah, she wants credit where she deserves it.
Where it's due. So,
and we did already cross that arc with the whole thing with Kendall in the first season.
Yeah, well we kind of touched on it a little bit. So I don't get why would she befriend somebody like this? Yeah. Who would just constantly be like, "Oh, I did this and I'm
a Pink Ranger." Yeah. No, she. It doesn't help that she looks like freaking Kat Sutherland, so that doesn't. Yeah.
That's not even.
That's it. That's exactly why she got the job. That's mean. I shouldn't say stuff like that. But she's not a good person. She's not. Her character's not good.
Well, I don't know if it's more or less she's not a good person. I think it's more like she doesn't realize that she's doing it. It's more of like a reflex.
Oh no, she hesitates. She considers her actions.
That's true.
So, but the stuff I'm not a big fan of this episode for obvious reasons. For those reasons, you know, not a great start for me off the hiatus into the rest of the season.
Well, because me naturally, I wanted to compare it to Stranger Ranger because it's pretty much the same plot. Except it doesn't really go out that way.
From where?
5th episode of Megaforce.
Oh, okay.
And at the time, that was the worst episode that they had come out with.
It changed? That's right, yeah.
It changed to Robonite because Robonite is terrible.
Well, it didn't change to Robonite. It changed it to Last Laugh. But yeah.
Oh, yeah, Last Laugh.
Yeah.
I drank those memories.
I'm glad I could give you PTSD just from the name of that episode.
But yeah, Stranger Ranger, it was more or less the same thing, except we opened with a guy being like, "I'm the Red Ranger," and
I don't remember that at all.
The Rangers are like, "Troy, aren't you gonna do something?" And he's like, "Nope." So he just leaves to trade, and then the biggest problem with that episode is that the Sentai focus is very clearly on Troy versus Creepox in their first fight has to do with this episode. Oh. And they don't focus on Troy at all. And that's kind of where that falls apart. At least with this episode, we have that connection between Aaron and Shelby. Yeah. And they're being like, yeah, best friends and whatever. And I can see kinda with the caring as far as, you know, she apologized. And it took big courage to do that and whatever. But I mean,
it wasn't.
I don't think
it was kind of tacked on.
Well, I think this needed another rewrite before it was full on.
Yeah, good. And this plot was so important it required Keeper.
hey man,
noticed. Yeah,
at least he's there.
Yeah, he's there talking
Not
about
doing
friendship is
wizard.
important,
Yeah.
and etc.
Yeah,
His dialogue is so generic. It's so bad, dude.
it's not really.
It is.
I,
Have you explained to your friend your feelings?
Yeah, I don't think it's generic. I thought his advice to Chase was pretty solid in the last character-focused episode that he had, with the Goyle friend and the pretending to be American.
Oh yeah, sure. I guess, but that's all Keeper is good for.
Yeah.
He comes in talking about, well, the important thing is you told the truth.
Oh man. But
he does. That's what he does.
your Keeper version is actually fantastic.
Yes, thank you. Yeah.
That's great. But yeah, it's
if
weird.
every pork chop were perfect.
They
Sorry.
kind of drop him in wherever they need him to, not where it would make sense for him to have storyline.
Yeah.
It's very random, his appearances.
They are. They
They're just
are
like-
really incredible.
It's either life lessons or out in the field fighting somebody.
Yeah, he's a fortune cookie.
Has happened like twice. So,
And I don't know what he's doing. Like, Kendall's working on everything.
Yeah.
He just, like, meditates in a corner of the cave until he's
What if
like,
he's, like,
I can
working-
be useful in this situation.
What if he's like doing the Brian thing where he's like off doing his own subplot that we don't get to see, and he's like trying to perfect a spell that's gonna expel all evil in the world or whatever.
Oh, sure.
I mean, that's the only thing that makes sense, really, because the only time he was ever like active, well, so he's been on the field twice.
Yeah, he fought Fury
three times. He fought Fury in the first one. In the second one, he just kind of showed up and was like, "These are my Power Rangers," and then left.
And then, yeah. Get him, boys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they were like, "What?" Oh, it's amazing.
It's like, where are you going? Yeah.
Yeah. And then the third time, when they're captured,
Yeah.
he's like, "No!" And then he gets captured himself.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh.
It was a good episode. But this...
Yeah, it was alright.
This was okay.
Yeah.
I think you need another rewrite before this got perfect.
Sure.
And for the most part, all the characters are pretty consistent. The people who get lines.
I really enjoy the like interaction that Shelby has with Chase, because he used to be that guy. I'm sure that's what we're supposed to get from this.
Is that what it is?
I think that's what we're supposed. I may be reading too much into it.
Yeah, I think you might be, because I didn't get an inkling of that at all. Mainly because,
but I think Shelby and Chase should talk more often though, because they have a good camaraderie.
Yeah.
That
Because
would
we
be
got that
interesting.
episode of them being like, going into best friend territory.
Oh my
that
God.
has more reason to exist than the Aaron and Shelby stuff that we were presented with. Mainly because we don't have a reason. Like, if I was given a reason, I'd be like, oh, okay, she has her faults, but there's this thing, right?
Right.
Right now it's just more or less of
the cons.
we're best friends because best friends.
Because we get to say the word bestie.
It kind of reaches an abusive relationship almost.
Just a little
bit.
bit.
Like whenever she takes her phone and she's like clearly pissed off.
Yeah, she's super pissed off.
And Aaron's just like, "Are you okay, bestie?" And just because she called her that, everything's fine.
Yeah, it's garbage.
Yeah,
it's really irritating.
Like that. It
doesn't get better though.
That's kind of where it just kind of. I appreciate the fact that she almost got eaten.
Yeah, he was gonna bake that woman.
Yeah, well, because he wasn't gonna give her what he asked for.
Yeah.
Oh man, it's hilarious.
Oh my. Okay, so here's my follow-up question for this episode.
Okay.
Do you think the Tyler and Shelby thing is going to be worse than the Jake and Gia thing?
No.
Because we haven't touched on it
I don't think so.
at all this season.
That's
Not once.
okay. Let me let me think about that.
Hold on, wait.
Okay, so
we kind of touch on it at the first episode.
yeah.
It's one line that's a throwaway.
Terrible piece of dialogue.
And then we I kind of saw it a little more in the whole what you were saying about Chase's girlfriend, the astronaut.
Oh yeah.
Where she was like, I have the answers, because of course she would have the answers.
Yeah. God, that's true. We haven't touched on it.
We haven't touched on it one time.
That's not true. We touched on it a little bit with Tyler and his father, and you'll find him one day. I believe in you. And then he's like, you don't believe in me at all. And then he runs off into the woods.
You played a wrong.
Yes.
Yeah. Like so, Scott.
We touched on it there.
No, dude. No.
We did.
We didn't. It's bad. It's really bad. I wanted that story to be better than Megaforce.
I think as much traction as we got out of it last season makes up for the Jake and Gia thing. So even if we don't go anywhere with it here, we're still in a good place.
Okay, hold on. Wait. So the Jake and Gia thing never got traction.
Yeah.
It stayed in the one spot.
Yeah.
That's good.
Until they moved over to C, and then there was no B, and we were just kind of accepted.
Yeah, that was it. This, I think, is worse.
Why is it?
Because they gained traction. They started moving. They derailed.
I don't think they derailed. They rewrote stuff, which is kind of derailing, except, like taking a playing piece and moving back to start.
Yeah.
Because we don't touch on any of the stuff that we brought up in last season.
Nope.
The fact that they're on a date, it's more or less of a will they, won't they thing again. Which, I agree with you, does kind of make it worse, but I think that they can come back from it.
If they focus on it, well, how many episodes we got left? 12?
Yeah, something like that.
Okay, we're obviously not going to get it in the Halloween or the Christmas episodes. So we got 10 episodes.
We could get it.
We got it. We did get it.
Yeah, we did get it in the Halloween episode in the last year.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we might.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. 12 episodes. If I can get at least half of these episodes to focus on that shit.
I think I just need a couple.
Just like 2 or 3.
I really care about you.
Yeah.
Then again, they kind of played all their chips with him saying on the shit. God, man, the finale was so fantastic.
It was pretty good. Yeah. It was really well shot.
You just no credit to this show.
I'm giving as much as I can. All right? It's not my fault. I'm not going to get burned again by another season.
You're like in defense mode.
Yeah.
I'm a little bit more... The first episode of Dino Charge gave me a lot more hope. I agree with you. From the start point of this season, man, we just...
Yeah, just kind of... Yeah. All of that stuff from last season is just gone.
Yeah.
It's all gone. But we do still have 12 episodes left, so I'm going to remain optimistic. Sir Ivan?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
That's all I got.
Okay. That's great. Thanks for the contribution.
We also got better actors this time. Well, that's not true. The people with Megaforce were pretty good actors who served to terrible scripts.
Yeah. Yeah.
Most of the time.
And they're also really nice people. So.
Yeah, they are really nice people.
Yeah. Yeah, shout out. Yay. Okay. All right, so final thoughts on this episode, on the season so far, up to this point, because
so far, I don't think this episode is worse than any of the other bad episodes that we've had this season.
I can agree with that.
Okay,
absolutely.
And I don't think this episode,
Okay, cool.
Well, by the way, I realized we didn't do this when the show went on hiatus. But what's your favorite episode right now
so far? Supercharge. Remember the episodes, Nick.
It's the first episode, and then there's the Riley get a bully, and then there's the Nightmare episode, and then there, I think, is the Chase episode after that.
Hold on.
Then episode 5.
My favorite episode is probably the Chase episode, just because
I like the Chase one too.
Chase always seems like his character develops.
Yeah.
He always...
He's really working hard.
He's trying to become a different character.
Consistency.
Yeah. But, the Riley gets a bully thing, it was still, it flowed really well.
Mm-hmm.
It was also the first time we get to see Heckle interact... Wait, was it the first time? Yeah, it was. The first time Heckle, got involved with the Rangers.
Yeah.
Not,
in the one of the 2 times...
Yeah. Yeah.
Pissed me off. I think that's why I can't really give it to episode 4. As much as I love the Chase stuff. because it's really good.
It is good.
They kind of pissed me off with introducing Singe and doing all the stuff that they really should have done with Snide.
Yeah. What was it? What was the season where somebody came from space? I think it was Ninja Storm.
Yeah.
Where they were like, we're going to work together. And then they turn around and they're like, I'm going to betray that guy.
Yeah, and I'm going to betray that guy. And then nothing.
Freaking happens. Yeah. I hate Ninja Storm.
You're exactly right.
Yeah.
Admittedly, that's the most interesting show gets outside of the samurai stuff.
Yep. Oh, poor everybody. Anyway.
But for this episode, I don't know. For favorite, this is very difficult. I can't give it to episode 1 just on a
structural point.
Purely,
we started. We left anyway.
I can't. I'm gonna go with episode 8. Just the Sir Ivan and going to the bank and all this stuff was cool.
Yeah.
Heckle's actually out of the friggin'. They were listening to me. Like, there's not a wrong step that episode really takes. So I think that one's my favorite so far right now.
Sure.
Least favorite. It was gonna be easy.
Is it the first episode? Because the first episode is kind of garbage.
You can't count the first. Well, I can't count the first episode. You're free to count it as whether you see it. I know it's terrible.
It's bad
because it's like we blew up the track, dude.
Yeah.
Except also we're like status quo, and I hate that. It legitimately pissed me off. But no, I gotta go home run Coda because my God. Yeah. A bad Power Rangers episode is one thing, but an episode that has nothing to do with Power Rangers.
Yeah.
In a Power Rangers.
Yeah, it was a sports movie.
Good God.
That they just slapped the Power Rangers into. And Riley's so out of place in this episode. Like, it should have been Chase.
Yeah.
Like, it's kind of a revert thing, like what I was saying earlier. His character has built, so if he reverted back to that whole, I'm a show off thing. Yeah.
It would have worked better.
It would have worked a lot better.
Yeah.
I think.
I would have definitely bought it more and not been like, plus, this is just random.
Chase and Coda have spent time together. They're like friends. They worked at the museum together.
That's a good point.
So it would make sense for Coda to follow Chase's lead. Yeah. But not Riley.
Your pitch is a lot better than this episode was, man. So pissed.
That's what I do.
So,
anyway,
what about you? Do you agree? Do you want to stick with episode 1? Or?
I really hate episode 1, only because I really loved episode 1 of Dino Charge. Dino Charge let in so strong, dude.
Yeah, dude.
With no freaking Sentai footage.
Yeah.
And, it taking time to develop these characters and not even giving us a morphing sequence or really even a fight scene.
No. It was more like, it goes against the conventions of how a Power Rangers season is supposed to be.
And to take that idea and just break it down to the most generic, most formulaic concept for episode 1 of Supercharge. Ooh.
I don't think it's...
Oh, it's irritating.
I don't think it's formulaic as a concept. The fact that we go back to status quo as if nothing freaking changed.
Yeah. Oh, I guess we didn't actually beat Sledge, even though... Yeah. Can't wait for that guy to come back. Oh, yeah. He just poofed into smoke.
Yeah. Oh, God.
Yes.
But yeah, I agree with you that Heckle, Snide really, is the most generic friggin' villain we've had.
Oh, yes.
Even barring Sledge, because at least Sledge had the Poisandra stuff. So it's different. But there's nothing with Snide. He's got the Heckle thing, but I don't actually understand that, and I really hope they go into it because
that's what I was gonna say. I did you notice that we haven't had any Heckle Snide interaction in a while?
Yeah.
They're supposed to be add-ins or something.
A while.
A long time, but I'm saying. Okay. Well, we've kind of beat this subject into the dirt. I'm very sorry.
Yeah.
I wanted to know.
I think this episode is pretty good. It's okay. It's not terrible because I've definitely seen worse from this. Yeah, it's just filler.
Yeah,
it's just terrible. Because what was the episode that happened last season? The one after Sir Ivan's introduction.
That
was a filler episode.
Yeah. the Knights of Amber Beach.
It was a great episode.
Yeah.
So I mean, just because you're a filler episode doesn't mean it's bad. Granted, I think
being bad makes it bad.
Definitely deserved a rewrite, at least for the Shelby and Aaron stuff. At least so I could buy it.
They needed more camaraderie because their personalities didn't really mesh. We don't get anything other than she's my bestie. Great. Why? Does she also love dinosaurs? No.
She's my bestie.
Yeah. That's it.
Yeah.